The Galactic Academy's xenobiology professor had a reputation for unconventional teaching methods. But bringing a live Vorten hatchling into the classroom crossed every safety protocol in the handbook. The creature stood 4 feet tall despite being barely 3 months old. Obsidian scales, retractable claws, rows of serrated teeth designed to crush bone. Adult Vortens were apex predators on 17 different worlds. Even the hatchlings had killed experienced handlers. This, Professor Zenth announced, the Vorten's chain leash wrapped around his manipulator appendages, is what a true predator looks like. The classroom of 47 students, representing 23 species, collectively pressed themselves against the back wall. All except one. Tommy Chin sat in the front row, sketching in his notebook, barely looking up. Notice the fear response, Zenth continued, struggling slightly as the hatchling pulled against the restraints. This is the natural reaction prey species have evolved when. The hatchling's eyes locked onto the human. The professor felt the tension in the chain change. The creature wasn't pulling anymore. It was focused. Hunting. Perhaps we should, Zenth began. The Vorten lunged. The chain snapped like thread. The hatchling crossed the classroom in 3 bounding leaps, claws extended, jaws opening to reveal a throat designed for swallowing prey whole. 23 species screamed. Tommy looked up from his notebook. "Hey there, buddy," he said calmly, extending his hand. The Vorten skidded to a halt inches from his face. Its pupils dilated. Its nostrils flared. And then, to the absolute horror of everyone watching, it sat down, right next to Tommy's desk, and started making a sound none of them had ever heard a Vorten make. It was purring. Professor Zenth stared in disbelief as the human casually scratched behind the hatchling's head ridge, a place where the scales were soft, vulnerable. The killing machine that had terrorized handlers across 3-star systems leaned into the touch like a domesticated pet. What are you doing?" Zenth whispered. Tommy shrugged. "He's just a baby, probably scared with all these people around. Aren't you, little guy?" He rubbed the hatchling's jaw. The purring intensified. "That is a predator," a Pelian student squeaked from the doorway. "An apex hunter. It tried to kill you." "Nah, he was just excited. Probably smell my lunch." Tommy pulled a sandwich from his bag. The Vorten's eyes tracked it with laser focus. "You hungry? Don't feed it," Zenth shouted. Too late. Tommy tossed a piece of meat. The hatchling caught it midair, swallowed, and immediately looked back at Tommy with what could only be described as adoration. "Humans," Tommy said conversationally while feeding the predator another piece, "domesticated wolves 15,000 years ago. Wolves. Pack hunters that could tear us apart." He scratched the Vorten's chin. "We looked at the most dangerous predators on our planet and said, yeah, I want that as a pet." The hatchling rolled onto its back, exposing its vulnerable belly, a sign of complete trust in Vorten behavior. "We domesticated cats, even though they're perfectly designed killing machines. We keep snakes that could poison us, spiders that could bite us. We literally brought apex predators into our homes and turned them into companions." He looked at the professor. "You brought a predator to intimidate us. But humans don't see predators as threats. We see them as potential friends who just need a little patience and some snacks." The rest of the class watched in stunned silence as Tommy continued sketching with one hand while petting the supposedly deadly hatchling with the other. The creature had completely relaxed, occasionally yawning to reveal those bone-crushing teeth, then nuzzling closer to the human. Professor Zenth made a note in his datapad. Revision to curriculum. Add section on human domestication instinct. Classification, galactic level threat. A Kellyan student raised a tentacle shakily. "Professor, what's more terrifying? That humans can turn predators into pets." She paused, watching Tommy boop the Vorten snout while it playfully gnawed on his sleeve. "Or that they think it's normal?" Zenth looked at the human, who was now showing the deadly predator pictures on his phone, both of them seemingly content in each other's company. "Both," he said quietly. "Definitely both." By the end of class, the Vorten refused to leave Tommy's side. Security had to call the humans' dormitory and inform them that he'd inadvertently adopted a class 5 predator. Tommy's response, cool. Does he need shots? The Academy updated its safety protocols that evening. Rule 847. Never bring predators to intimidate humans. They will befriend them, name them, and ask if they can keep them. Addendum. This applies to all predator species, regardless of danger classification. No exceptions. Humans, the protocol now stated, were the only species in the galaxy who looked at something designed to kill them and asked if it wanted belly rubs.